Melanie with Sweet Rose Crafting. This is my first tutorial of 2022 and it's on how I clean the rims of my Hydrosport tumblers. Of course, if you have any questions at all, feel free to message me on Instagram at Sweet Rose Crafting, or you can comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy! Here I have a Hydrosport tumbler that I'm going to be cleaning the rim. As you can see, the glitter and epoxy have gone over the rim of this Hydrosport tumbler. I'm going to be using an X-Acto knife as my primary tool to get the epoxy and glitter off the rim. You're going to want to make sure you have a really sharp blade. First thing I'm going to do is make a little slice in the top rim of the epoxy. I'm going to push the blade towards me. That's going to create a little slice in there, and then I'm going to pull up on that little strip of epoxy, just like this. I'm going to pull it as far as it will go, and then I'm going to put my blade right in there and continue to slice around so I can continue to pull that top part up. And it should just pop right off. Okay, and right here, you're essentially going to do the same thing. Get your knife in there horizontal, turn it towards you, and very gently make a slice in that epoxy. You're going to want to be a little more careful at this stage because you are going closer to the design and you don't want to go too far down and sort of rip into the glitter. So once you get right to that line of the rim, you're going to turn your X-Acto knife horizontal and just start scraping right along that rim. Be careful not to scratch the stainless underneath. It does take some finesse, but just with the tip of your X-Acto knife, you should be able to start going right along that line. So just keep going all the way around until you reach the other side. Again, take your time on this part and watch your hands, watch your fingers. I've cut myself way too many times to count. All right, then just get your knife right underneath that epoxy and it should rip off super easily, just like a little bracelet. All right, now here's what you have after you've done that process. All right, now as you can see, after removing the extra epoxy on the thread part of your Hydrosport tumbler, do still kind of have a little bit of a jagged line there. So again, with finesse, with patience, and taking your time, you're going to want to take your sharp X-Acto knife and make a little line right in the middle of that little overlap part of the tumbler. Just make a little slit at a time and take up the epoxy and extra glitter. That's how you're going to get your nice straight line all the way around the rim of your epoxy tumbler. Okay, now once you've gone all the way around, you're going to pull up that epoxy and that extra glitter, and you should be left with the spray paint underneath that you originally used when creating your tumbler, if you did use spray paint. So you're going to want to take some acetone. I will link below the acetone that I use, and a paper towel or a magic eraser works even better, and just clean off that extra spray paint around that rim. It's going to take a couple passes because the spray paint kind of wants to stay there, but you'll see it'll come off. Now that I have that entire rim of stainless steel cleaned, I'm going to show you the next step. So I'm going to go back in with my X-Acto knife, and anything that wasn't sort of straight and lined up, I'm just going to take a little at a time just to make sure I don't have any curviness to that line right around that rim. So I'll take my X-Acto knife, kind of brush it off, take off any little bits, and I'll go back in with my paper towel and acetone if any of the paint is showing again. Okay, so here's how I get the epoxy off of the inside rim. I'm gonna turn my X-Acto knife completely flat against the inside rim and slowly just scrape a little bit at a time. You wanna be super careful so you don't scratch the inside rim of your tumbler. And if you go slow and you lay your knife flat enough, then you shouldn't get any scratching. After I get most of the epoxy off of the inside rim, then I'm going to take acetone again with either paper towel or magic eraser. Again, magic eraser is preferable, but paper towel works too. And just wipe the inside rim with some acetone. Okay, and here you have it, a clean Hydrosport rim. I'm going to be finishing this tumbler up and I'll show you when it's done. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.